and welcome to Operation PaperDrip. Turn off your Google Home, turn off your Alexas, because we're getting to the question, is Big Brother watching you? Joining me in studio, as always, Uncle Hack, and I'm the other one. So, at this point, it's not even the question of is Big Brother listening to you, it's how much do they know? And like, what do you think the government profile on you looks like?
Ooh, it looks good, you know? I am an A+. Listen, when we get to like a CCP style of monitoring over us of like, what's the name that they have?
Social currency or something?
The social currency? Brother, I'm sitting at a...
You're bankrupt.
I'm done. I'm subjugated to one small area of my house. That's how hard they're gonna come down on me, dude.
Yeah, I still am nervous. I say a lot of stuff very free and loose in my house, and like we've got some smart home appliance stuff, and it's like, I don't know, it kind of puts me on my heels a little bit. But
yeah.
I got the man cave and there's nothing out there.
Yeah, but you also have a cell phone.
Yeah, that is true.
In 2001, we really messed up in the fact of handing over, like, in exchange for the sense of security. We gave up a ton of freedoms because, yeah, I don't know, some people over in this place called Tel Aviv came up with this plan to fly
They just sent money. They just sent money to friends. Got confused in the wire transfer, okay.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you thought that it was only 2 buildings and it was 3, and then, you know, things like, we exchanged a lot there.
We got a new stereotype about who are bad pilots.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I realized like way back in the day when like Google was still pretty new, I searched for a couple things to buy online and was just immediately getting ads. Yeah. And I was like, oh man, they are anything that I'm looking for, they are like grabbing up every bit of information. Yeah. And the same with the cell phone. It's like targeted ads on Amazon for stuff that me and my wife are talking about. It's crazy.
Yeah, in exchange for public safety, we've given up a lot of our rights in terms of like sense of, I don't know, online security, I guess, or online privacy.
Something that like doesn't matter.
Yes. But I mean, at this point in the game, you know, it's very hard not to be online. We're being monitored no matter where you are and what you're doing. You could be out in the middle of a field and there is like some form of surveillance that's taking place that knows where you are. Your cell phone's tracking you. I mean, it tells you exactly, like, it knows humans have like habits, and that cell phone learns your habits very quickly. That's why your Apple Maps is like, hey, I noticed that at this time every day at 4:35 you drive to this specific location. So it's very hard to dupe them now. They can predict your movements way before. And they've been doing this well before we even had like cell phones and As soon as social media came around, they were able to track your data, and a lot of like mortgage companies were able to determine on whether or not you were going to sell your house, and that's how they would like sell you on that, and just by your online behavior.
That amount of our information going to like private companies is a scary thing to think about, but what's even like an extra layer of fear is that they just released in the X documents a while back, Elon showed the amount of government influence that happens in those companies. And if that information is available to those companies, why would they not be sharing it with the government?
Yes. Well, and the thing we forget is like, you think that these algorithms and everything are just like particular to like well, I mean, like it's like hive mind type shit, you know? And I think we forget that. And it just curates to keep you locked into these things so they can like almost control your mind. They spend billions and billions of dollars getting it to the point where the colors can keep you locked into this thing. So to think like, is Big Brother watching us? They've never stopped watching us.
They've just gotten so much better at it.
Yes, I mean, airport security, the moment you step on to the perimeter of an airport or you're coming towards it, they know your social media history, they know like your financial history, medical history, they know a lot about you the moment that you're even there with facial recognition. Yeah. So, I mean, there's even like with your cell phones, there's eye sensors that watch like what you're looking at, and they're calculating that data in real time to keep you locked
the
in.
face unlock thing, like it's actively taking photos of your face and looking at where your eyes are watching to like better feed like the amount of information that's being taken from you as you're looking at like puppy pictures on Instagram.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes. And there's been numerous apps and whatnot that have been put out for like data collection for data collection on facial recognition, I should say, that we get duped into using, and then that data gets sold, or it could be like a government agency that like, for instance, like those apps, remember when those apps were popular to like age you? I want to see what I look like older. That was, I believe, one of the companies.
Was that Russian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it was backed by a Russian government.
Russian government money was,
Mm-hmm. So now they're able to like see like what you would look like and predict what you're going to look like in the future in case you pull off some funky shit.
That's why you constantly have to be losing and gaining weight all the time.
Yes, that's right.
Throw off the algorithm.
You have to have an actor's diet.
It's also not something that people are educated about. Like everything that I learned about like the cell phone monitoring you and like all of that, I had to like find.
Yeah.
Like it's not widely reported how much information is being taken from you. Like how do you kind of combat that?
In this day and age, I think it's very difficult too, because I mean, you can use VPNs and whatnot to try and, I don't know, get the Netflix from South Korea.
Yeah, check out our sponsor. We don't have one, but hit the subscribe button because we need that. So subscribe and like. Use a VPN.
You literally cannot escape it, even if you were trying to live off grid, you're still monitored, because there are some like materials that you'd have to come into town to buy anyways.
Bullets.
And I would say almost 100% of stores have some sort of surveillance and security system set up that's provided by a bigger corporation, so they're collecting the data anyways. You may think again, that's like trading off the sense of security for
your customers' data.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is very strange.
Yeah.
I wish that there was some way that the companies were subsidizing us for the data.
Yeah.
Like, hey, thanks for using Google searches. Here's $10. It's like, oh, okay. Well, like if there was some upside for us.
I guess the only way upside of that would be like these apps that are giving you free content and free to watch, or encourage creators to put stuff out there to keep you on their apps, and they pay the creator. That's like really the only transfer of wealth to the consumer in a way, because I imagine most people that create content watch content. So
yeah,
I think that's the only circle back, as they say in boardrooms.
Mm-hmm. There you go, Mr. Business.
Yeah.
Oh, but speaking of business, guys, just be careful what you say. Know everything you see on the internet has been tailored to you, and the world is trying to manipulate you all the time. Everybody's listening. Be paranoid. You're right to be. Hit subscribe and keep watching these videos, and then no other news.
We're right.
Alt-right. And this one exactly the same as the last one.